Hi, welcome to Talking Books and Stuff, the program that talks all about books and writing and stuff. Here's your host, Dennis Rimmer.
Hello, bonjour. Talking books and writing and stuff with us from Winnipeg, Cendrine Marois. And apparently it's quite hot there as we're speaking, right, Cendrine?
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's very, very hot, but thankfully I'm in my basement, so it's very cool here.
And you're in Winnipeg, and apparently you were born in France and you moved to Winnipeg in 2003. What prompted that move?
Well, yes, I've been here for almost 17 years. I just wanted to see something different. You know, I was a student at the time. I'm a former English major. I had been studying English for so long. I had taken my exams, my national exams, to become a teacher over there, and I kind of wanted to see the world a little bit instead of staying in France. So I have a friend here who lives here, and she told me just come and then try it here, and then you'll see. Then if you want to stay, you stay. Otherwise, you leave. As simple as that. I came here and I never left. I love Canada. It's such a laid-back place, and people are nice, and yeah, it's definitely very different from France in terms of the different cultures that I get to experience, the different kind of people I get to meet. The variety is not as strong in France, so I really enjoy being among people from so many different cultural backgrounds. It's very nice.
And now you are a person who does poetry, plays, photography, social media, ebooks. Was that what you were doing in France, or did this come about after the move?
No, I actually was too busy studying when I was in France, when I was a student. So I left in 2003 when I was just finishing my studies. And I discovered my first love was poetry, and I discovered my love for poetry in 2005. And then the other passions came to me later in life. So it's been poetry since 2005. And then photography came in after 4 years of studies and self-education. My passion for photography really exploded in 2014. And as far as social media is concerned, I was a social media coach, advisor for almost a decade, actually. So yeah, I discovered all my passions after moving here, really.
Oh, okay. So, and then frosty old Winnipeg found a warm place in your heart, apparently, and that's where you are.
Yep.
And
I do not mind. I do not mind the winters. I love the snow, so the cold doesn't really scare me as it would other people, because it's a very dry cold compared to the cold you would get in France.
In France.
I was born and raised in Toulouse, and it's not very cold, but it's quite humid. So the cold is actually harsher in Toulouse than it is in Winnipeg for more or less the same temperature. So, of course, when it's minus 50 or minus 40, it's a different story. But up to minus 20 or 25, it's really bearable.
We're talking with Cendrine Marois from Winnipeg here on Talking Books and Writing and Stuff, talking about all her books and photography. Toulouse, now what part of France is it in exactly? Because I've been there for 2 days once in 1978. Not Toulouse, but just France itself. So acquaint me as to where its geographical location.
Oh, so Toulouse is southwest. It's more or less an hour drive away from the Pyrenees, more or less. So it's an hour away by plane from Paris.
Ah, okay. So, yeah. So I got you down south and then to the west. So you go down and then you go head toward the Atlantic and then you kind of find it.
Yeah, it's a couple of hours away from the Atlantic Ocean. It's like 2 hours, I think, 2.5 hours. So it's not far at all.
And other than yourself, any other people of note come from there?
From Toulouse?
Yeah.
Now my brain is foggy. Whoa, asking hard questions. I can't remember names. Oh, it's hard. No, I absolutely cannot remember names. We have a very, very, very famous singer, but for some reason I can't remember his name. Very, very, very famous in France, but I don't think he was famous outside of France.
Well, the only two I can think of are Charles Andrezar and Johnny Halliday. So.
Oh yeah, no, they're not from Toulouse. Not that I know.
Okay, Cendrine is with us from Winnipeg talking about, well, you have 25 books that you've released, and you've only been in Winnipeg since 2003, so that's more than one a year.
Well, I took a long break from 2010 to 2016 because I thought I was done with poetry. I had released 6 books at the time, and I'm like, well, I don't have anything to prove myself really. So I wanted to stop releasing books, especially poetry books, and then my passion for photography hit me really hard. And then I started releasing photography books as well as social media ebooks. And that's how I got going. And then 2019 happened, and I co-created a poetry journal, and my partner, who is David Ellis, another poet, a fantastic writer, we started working together, and that unleashed a period of creativity that had never happened to me before. So I've been releasing books quite frequently since last year. So the rush started really last year.
Okay, and where are these books available?
Oh, they're available pretty much everywhere there are books, online bookstores. I mostly release ebooks these days because my audience is mostly interested in ebooks, not so much in print books. So Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Indigo Chapters, the Fnac in France, pretty much every big online bookstore, the books are available there.
Now, do you write them in English or in French or both, or?
I write in English. I only have a couple of books in French. That's it. I just found really early on that the audience in French wasn't there. And honestly, I love English. It's my favorite language in the world, so I had rather write in my favorite language rather than, I still write in French occasionally, but as far as books are concerned, I prefer writing in English.
And along with poetry, now you have a thing, as it were, for photography, especially black and white photography, which seems to be a bit of a throwback to the jour d'ancien, old days, I don't know. So, why black and white photography?
Because why not?
Why not?
It's just, the beauty of black and white photography is that you have to let your imagination do the work. Without the color, your brain has to do extra work to imagine the story, because for me, photography is really about telling stories. That's why if you look at my photography, there's nothing really complicated about what I do. I don't over-process. It's my personal choice. Other people like over-processing their photos, over-editing. I prefer not to do that. And for me, photography is about telling simple stories that force people to stop in their steps and think, oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention to this, now I'm going to pay attention to it. So it's really what photography is to me, and black and white lends itself really well to that, about the simplicity of telling stories. And it's really what art is all about in general, not just photography. Good art to me is art that tells stories, that makes us experience emotions and make us better people at the end of the day.
And just waiting a bit here to get back on track. There we are. You also have a collective. What is it? The FPoint Collective? Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the FPoint Collective is a project that I co-created with Isabel Nolasco, who is a fantastic Portuguese photographer. So we are a collective, 3 women, and our goal really is we have very specific skills, and our goal is to show that you can tell good stories without having the most expensive gear in the world. We want to prove that good images go beyond technical aspects, and that good images tell memorable stories. So every month we have a theme, and we invite people, our audience, to participate and share their interpretations of this specific theme. We also share our own interpretations, and FPoint Collective also has a photography magazine. We announced that a few weeks ago, so we're brand new in the magazine business, and we hope to be able to showcase, the talent of many photographers.
And what are you working on, like right now? What's the summer theme for this year?
What do you mean, for the collective or in general?
Or in general, or both.
Well, we have, July is coming very soon. So we will announce a new theme. So we change themes every month. So the magazine doesn't have a theme. So it's whoever wants to send their photos or want to send us an article or something like that. But in terms of my own work, right now I am taking a break because I've released quite a few books already in 2020. However, my Auroras and Blossoms, which is the platform that I co-founded with David Ellis, we have recently released our special NaPoWriMo anthology, and we are also about to release our the fourth issue of our poetry magazine. So the NaPoWriMo anthology is we posed a call for submissions for poets, and we got an incredible response from extremely talented poets. And Auroras and Blossoms is about positivity in art, upliftment, and inspiration. So we have gathered more than almost 60 poems, extremely inspirational and extremely positive. So we're very excited about this release. So the anthology was released a couple of weeks ago. So that's basically it for the summer. So right now I'm actually on the break because I'm really tired. We've worked really, really hard for the past 16 months.
All right. So the best way to find this stuff is to go to your website, I assume, which is cendrinemedia.com.
Yes. So Cendrine is spelled C-E-N-D as in David, R-I-N-E media. So cendrinemedia.com. So everything is on the website.
That's right, and I think, like I said, that would probably be the best way for the word to get out. We'll pass the word, cendrinemedia.com, and visual poetry of the mundane. There's a blog, there's portfolios, projects, books, 23 to 25 books. So I'll let you get back to taking it easy on this hot day in Winnipeg, and we hope to chat with you again maybe in another year, and we'll see how things have gone.
That'd be awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for visiting with us today. This is Talking Books and Stuff with Dennis Rimmer. Contact him at dennis@talkingbooks.tk. Thank you, and may all the good news be yours. Oh, and don't forget to check out his book, The Great Canadian Notebook, available across Canada and at amazon.ca.